they're lying about their intentions because they know that girls that are looking for relationships are not going to swipe on guys that say they aren't. So then you get this whole like conversation where they're like, well, I'm not looking for anything serious, but I don't just want to hook up. What the fuck is that?
Disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speaker and do not necessarily reflect the views or opinions or any entities they represent. This podcast is about dating experiences. It is not to say one dating app is better or worse than another.
It's no accident that sounds like you're leveling up in a video game. 48% of 18 to 29-year-olds have an online dating profile.
Make them work for it.
45% of people say they're more frustrated with this form of dating than hopeful.
There are so many people you can connect with.
Should I swipe right?
Swipe wrong. Swipe wrong. Setting the record straight on dating apps. Everyday people telling everyday stories of the swipe right world with your host, Chaos.
Well, I know he had a good time.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and of course, good night. Depending on whenever you're listening, we're here for you. Whenever you're ready, we are here for you. Welcome to the Swipe Wrong Podcast. I am Chaos. I'm the guy who's taking you through all the madness that's out there. And welcome to the number one podcast who love to quote the phrase, pay that man his money. I can't say it right. I can't do Teddy KGB. I have no chance at a Russian accent. But that was an awesome character. One of my favorites. As we're getting ready for season 3, Jay's been working hard and getting everything together for you guys and get ready so you have something great to listen to on your commute to work, on your day at the pool, on your just, hey, I need to binge something. We're here for you for that too. So send us some feedback. SwipeWrongPod@gmail.com. Give us a call, 317-426-6616. Let us know your story. And definitely send it out. Like, follow, subscribe. Tell a friend, reach out and touch someone, whatever you feel you need to do. And I'm pretty excited for this week. I think you guys will absolutely enjoy it, as I hope you enjoy just about every other week as well. So getting right to the bonus episode. Sit back, relax, put your feet up, enjoy. Grab that popcorn, get it buttered. And if you're in traffic, please don't hit that person next to you and enjoy in the middle.
I think I remember hearing you ask on a couple of your podcasts, like, tell me your best first date story or something.
Sure. Yeah. By all means.
I had met a guy that had been a little like not overly, he was kind of hit or miss, it seemed like. And I was like, what is this guy's deal? You know, I can't tell if he's into me or not. And so we ended up going out, like we had planned to get together. And then sporadically, it was a Saturday afternoon. I'd actually scheduled myself to go donate blood. Didn't have my kids, had a couple things I was going to get done. He starts texting, what are you up to? What are you doing? And it just, all of a sudden, it was like we were both free. And he's like, well, if you want to, he was like, he lived in a condo building, had a pool. It was the summertime. He was like, I'm going to hang out at the pool if you want to come by. And I was like, this is kind of a weird first date. Like, you're basically going to see me naked right off the get-go. Like, this doesn't seem appropriate. But I was also like, it's a beautiful summer day. I don't have my kids. I didn't have anything. Like, okay, cool. So I go and I meet him at his place and we hang out by the pool. And we were talking, and I'm not expecting anything from this date, right? Like, this guy's been a little like hit or miss, like, I don't know, whatever. And, but we end up spending like the next 12 hours together.
That's cool.
Like, we hit it off. The conversation's great. We're having a ton of fun. He's super sexy. Like, all of this is just going really well. And I'm like sitting back in my head and I'm like, this is weird. Like, that this is going so well, Right. And like, what a weird first date. And I'm like, and it's also like, I broke all my rules. Like, I'm at this guy's house, like on a first date, like he could kidnap me and whatever. Like, I did tell my one friend what I was doing, but anyways, we ended up leaving and going to get dinner. And I had thrown my suit in my bag in his car when we went to get dinner, because I hadn't like brought a change. Like, I barely had dry clothes to put on.
Right.
So my bikini bottoms fall out of my bag. Okay. And I go home and I don't know this until the next morning. And I'm like, pulling my stuff away, whatever. And I'm like, why do I only have swimsuit top? And I'm like, oh shit.
Oh shit.
Somewhere in the line. So of course now I have to text this guy. Like, I think the bottoms like, and part of me is like, fuck it, Kara. Like, who cares? Like, do you need these bottoms? Like,
right.
But I finally, all right, it's fine. So I sent him this message. And he's like, I don't see him in my car. Long story short, he had to like dig underneath the passenger seat.
Oh shit.
And they're black, so they blend in with everything. And his car's in like a covered garage, so it's dark in there. So he finds this and he's like, you totally did this on purpose.
Oh no, like joking. Tell me joking.
Joking, I think there's probably some seriousness to it, where he was probably like, did she do this on purpose? Like, I don't think she did, but maybe she did. And I think in the end he knew I did it, because he was the same way. Like, he had texted me that night to make sure I got home okay, which was super sweet. Yeah, and he was like, I legit never expected to have a first date with you go this long,
That's
be
awesome.
a 12-hour day.
That's
and
awesome.
Have such a great time with somebody. So I think he legit knew that. And we actually still talk to this day.
That's awesome.
It was funny because it was like, shit, I'm that girl. And I wasn't trying to be that girl.
But see, that's awesome though. That's exactly what you're like, just totally spontaneous, not out of your comfort zone. And it worked out perfect.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love that.
I joked. I was like, you don't even have to get me naked. And I'm standing here in a 2-piece.
Yeah. Right. And feeling good. So all right, that's the best. So how about the worst date?
I did go on one recently. So when I first got back on the apps, I did go out with this guy. And okay, so this is another thing I have learned about pictures and dating apps.
Okay.
There needs to be a picture with an open mouth smile.
Oh, Look, not to cut off what you're about to say, but I literally ran into somebody who's in her profile and said, if you're missing teeth, don't swipe right. And that's where you're going with it, I assume, right? Yes, right.
And I was so mad at myself because this had happened to me years ago. And I think because I had been off the dating apps, I'd gotten rusty and forgotten that rule. That, yes, you need to have your teeth. I'm sorry.
So how many times did that happen to you?
That's my second time.
Yeah.
And he was one where we sat down and I carried the entire conversation. And then when he finally did start talking, I heard all about how his ex fucked him over financially, and how, his sister fucked him over financially, and he doesn't talk to his mother. I mean, and I'm like, whoa. And I'm not saying that any of it wasn't true or accurate. I have no idea, but I was like, dude, this is like a first date. I do not want to hear all of your dirty laundry right now.
I had a buddy that I talked to about that. And he said he sat down across from this girl and all she was doing was complaining about her job and other stuff. And he said, I got up and walked out. And I'm like, why would you do that? He's like, if this is your moment to sell yourself on the person across from you, and this is what you're doing, it's got to be all. So same thing you're into. If this guy has a chance to impress you and all he's doing is complaining, you're just like, bro, take care of yourself. Right?
Well, and again, I'm so easy to impress.
Yeah, stop. It's just so funny.
It does not take a lot. You don't have to impress me. As you said, just be normal. My standard is actually pretty low at this point.
Right.
Don't. If all you're saying to me is negative, and just very personal, financial details and family history, and it's just too much.
Yeah, it's your chance to sell themselves on you. And they got no chance. That was
a date where I was texting the sister wives and I was
bail me out.
How do I get out? How did I get myself here to begin with?
One of the surprising things I've heard that I don't understand you may have heard it on the podcast you're listening to, and I'm asking you too. Have you had guys lie about their height?
Oh, fuck yes.
No shit.
What is up with yes. And I don't understand it. I mean, it's so the two things I feel besides the whole, whether you're a legit single person that they lie about is height and what their intentions are. And And they're lying about their intentions because they know that girls that are looking for relationships are not going to swipe on guys that say they aren't.
Yeah,
and
for
so
sure.
they're trying to increase the pool.
For
and
sure.
so then you get this whole like conversation where they're like, well, I'm not looking for anything serious, but I don't just want to hook up. What the fuck is that?
I don't know.
But the only reason this middle place exists is because we as females allow it to. I'm like, there's occasionally you're going to find a female who's maybe in the same position. But the problem with this middle place is somebody leaves it, right? Because at some point in time, somebody's like starts getting attached. I start to like you. I want something more with you. Yep. You become an important person in my life. And so all of a sudden they want to move to this other side. Sure. And the people that aren't ready for a relationship are like, okay, yeah, I'm not going with you. See you later. And then they just start the process all over again with a new person. And I'm like, middle place isn't a real place. It's a fictional place that is just there because we allow you to sit there for a little while.
Thank you for being along for the ride of the Swipe Wrong podcast, where we take everyday people like you and me telling their everyday stories of their swipe right life. Show is produced by Jay Pelham. He is the host of Pelham Place. If you want to reach out to the show and tell us your story, we'd love to hear it. Give us a call. Google Voice us at 317-426-6616. Leave your information and we'll get back to you, or just your story. You can also email us at swipewrongpod@gmail.com. We are on Insta, Facebook, TikTok. We're out there. I am Chaos, the host of Chaotic Commentary. You can find me pretty much anywhere that you see me. And next week, the saga continues.
Swipe wrong. Swipe wrong.